Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about how to change the strap on your watch. I know this topic has been covered at length in other videos by other people, but I wanted to talk about it specifically because I find there's a lot of different techniques out there, and depending on how you change the strap can determine whether or not you're going to scratch up your lugs, ruin your strap, or stab yourself in the hand. So we're going to take a look at that today. The first thing you need to change the strap on your watch is the right tool. Now there's 101 different spring bar tools out there, but the one we're going to be using today is the Bergeon 6767-F. And now to anyone who's got one of those came free with your strap changing tools, I promise this is the right thing to do. Pay the $20, get this tool, it will make your life much easier. First of all, the fork in this tool, the -F in the model name, stands for fine. It is thinner in terms of width and in terms of the profile of the fork. It is sharper, it's got a finer angle to it. If you compare it to one of the cheapies that comes for free with a strap, you'll find that those are not ground quite as fine to the tip. So it really gets in there and can grip the flange, that little collar on your spring bar, much more easily. The reason I like the -F, the fine, is because one, it's useful for bracelets. It can fit in the little slot in the bracelet to access that spring bar. The regular fork cannot do that. And even on a leather strap, I find that the smaller fork is able to kind of wedge itself between the lug and the leather a little bit better so that you're less likely to damage your strap. You're going to have to push it out of the way a little, but hopefully it won't deform too much. We've got two watches today that we're going to change the straps on. I thought I might demonstrate the two different lug styles you're probably going to come across in the event that you want to change the strap on your watch too. The first watch we're going to look at is a Rolex Oyster Perpetual. This one is from 1962. It's a bit small, 34 millimeters, but I actually prefer small watches. If you take a look at what I'm wearing now, this is just a 39 millimeter Citizen Eco Drive, and you can tell it looks pretty big on my wrists. So 34 millimeters actually is perfect for me because my wrists are rather slim. So what a lot of Rolex watches have in common are drilled lugs. This means that the spring bar hole in the lug goes all the way through the entire case. It makes it much easier to change the strap, and it's kind of a Rolex trademark. I mean, they've been doing it as far back as you can find. In order to change the strap in this watch, we actually don't even need to use the forked end of the tool. We're going to use the other end, which is just kind of a punch or just a little cylinder. In order to get the strap off, all we do is take the punch and insert it into the lug hole and depress the spring bar while exerting some pressure downwards on the strap itself. As soon as that spring bar has cleared the lug hole, the strap is going to come right off. So that's pretty easy in order to get them off. In order to get the strap back on, we simply reverse the process, although I actually do prefer to use the fork end of the spring bar tool to get a strap on. I start by holding the watch in the palm of my hand and simply resting the bottom spring bar into the hole on the lower lug. I then kind of pinch the strap between my thumb and forefinger so that I can control it, while I depress the spring bar by the flange or the collar that goes around the top of it using the forked end. And as soon as I've popped it into that lug, I just kind of wiggle it around until it snaps right into the opposite lug hole. And boom, that's done. I then repeat the process for the other side of the watch, doing exactly the same thing, putting the spring bar in the lower lug and depressing it into the top lug with the forked end of my spring bar tool. As long as you're careful with the tip of your tool, you won't scratch either your watch or your fingers. Okay, let's talk about the second watch that I've brought to show you today, which is a Heuer Carrera Ariadition. This strap is going to be a bit fiddly because it has those plastic tubes in the spring bar holes. So normally what I would do with a leather watch band is insert the forked end in between the lug and the band and just kind of pull downwards towards me. Now the motion is not a lever like that. It is not, you're not twisting the spring bar tool. You just want to insert the forked end between the lug and the strap and pull downwards towards you without touching the lug as much as possible. That way you can avoid either denting it by trying to act as a leverage point or by just kind of scraping it with the tip of the fork. Okay, that one was a little fiddly because of the strap. Unfortunately, it was a really poor strap. It wasn't even leather. It has this kind of fibrous plastic stuff in the middle, so it was really hard to push down. Anyway, we're going to put on this nice leather strap that I actually used to have on it. And you can even see I've already got the Heuer buckle already on this strap. So this is the one I usually have on this watch. I like it much better. I was just trying something new. Obviously, that was a mistake. Okay, so we're just going to use the same method we did to get the Rolex on, which is to put that in there, exert pressure down with the thumb and the forefinger, grab the top flange of the spring bar, and just push down. Then we just wiggle. There we go, snap. Okay, there's the top. Now we try again with the bottom. Same thing. Figured out why that strap was so fiddly. You can take the spring bar right out, and inside there is a plastic tube. I will never ever get another strap that has these stupid plastic tubes in it. So that's much better anyway, right? Don't you think? Okay, so since I wasn't able to show you how to get the strap off with the Tag Heuer, I thought I might show you on the Citizen that I've been wearing all day today. So all I have to do is pop the fork of the tool in between the lug and the strap and just depress it a little bit until it pops right out. There, you know, really easy. To replace it, I just put it right back, pop it right back in, no big deal. And it's really quite a simple thing. Yeah, it might take another try, you know, if I couldn't wiggle it into the hole the right way, so I got to do it again. But this is really how easy the process should be. You know, even in a strap that fits the watch, if you've got a nice leather, no plastic or weird materials, it'll be much easier to do. As always, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, and see you next time.